Hi, welcome to Chats with the Chaplain. I'm Jess. I hope you're going well. Last week we touched on the concept of reframing and reclaiming your year, especially if it's been a really tough one. This week I'm going to go a little bit more specific around naming and reframing our emotions and stressful events as well, because some level of stress is actually really beneficial for us. Having some adversity in our life is one of the best ways to grow resilience and build that. However, having no stress and no adversity won't build any resilience, but having too much and chronic stress is of course not healthy for us either. And often what we don't realize is that it's not so much the event itself, but the meaning and the interpretation we make of that event and our reaction to it that causes the stress or the distress. So if we can start to reframe how we look at stress and our belief around it, or our belief around a certain event, we can actually then start to shift our perception and shift our response and our level of distress as a result as well. And often we overuse the word stress too. Everything is, I'm stressed, this is stressful, how are you feeling? Stressed, okay? But maybe there's something else going on. Maybe you're just hungry. Maybe you're tired and you haven't slept very well. Maybe you're feeling confused or uncertain about something. So sometimes stress is actually something else, and we can dig down and sort of understand what's really going on for us. And if something is causing that bit of challenge or stress in our lives, another way to look at that is to try and reframe it. How can we look at it differently? Perhaps we can say we've entered the adventure zone and we're strapped in for the ride, ready to go. It's an adventure. I'm just going to go with it. Perhaps you can look at it as an opportunity or a challenge that you can overcome. Perhaps it's a space where you can learn and grow, and it's a space where you can sharpen your curiosity about things. So if we can start to reframe things a little bit around stress, that will actually help us to see it in a different way, and we won't react in the same way, won't have as much distress when we come across it. The other thing to do with emotions is to name them. So having a good vocabulary for your emotions is actually really important, because what that does is it actually takes a lot of the emotional charge out of a negative emotion. So if we're feeling sad or angry, unhappy about something, if we can really identify what it is that we're feeling, then we can actually take a lot of the charge away from it. So there's a saying, name it and tame it. It's one of the best ways to sort of bring back some logic and calm down that emotion. But sometimes we don't realize what's underneath something like anger. Perhaps we're scared, perhaps we're feeling rejected. So there's an emotions wheel that can really help with this, and I'll pop a link below as well, and it's coming up on your screen briefly too, but it can help you identify different emotions that might really be going on. But if you can just remember, name it and tame it, but also name it without blame or shame. So give yourself some self-compassion around how you're feeling. Learn to sit with it a little bit, and it'll take out some of the charge and some of the fear from some of those emotions as well. So naming and accepting emotions, naming and accepting what is happening, and then reframing it and trying to find a different perspective can really reduce emotional charge, can help you to build resilience, and help you to problem solve a lot easier and to tackle things in a better way as well. And so when we continually accept the experience that we're having, and you can experience your negative emotions, that will lead to better psychological health as well and better well-being. So name it to tame it, name it without blame or shame, and reframe what's happening. Those are the three takeaways, I guess, from this, if you can remember those. Name it and tame it, name it without blame or shame, and reframe it. And that will help you have greater well-being and just handle life's challenges in a much better way as well. So hopefully that's been really helpful for you. Feel free to reach out to me if you want to unpack this a little bit more, ask questions about how to go about this, what is an emotions wheel and how do I get one, anything like that. Feel free to reach out. But otherwise, I hope you have a fantastic week, and I'll catch you soon.